Start by prying up one side of a diaphragm. Oil might leak, so make sure you have some oil blotting sheets or paper towels down. And what we're going to do is we're going to peel this diaphragm up, and we're going to look for the hole that's in the shaft of this diaphragm. If we can't quite see it, what we're going to do is we're going to turn our shaft until it extends a little bit further. And once it's at full extension, then I can reach that hole. Now I can reach that hole, so I'll put my pin in. With my pin holding my diaphragm out and holding it from rotating, I can use my wrench to loosen our diaphragm. And once it's loose, we'll just continue to turn it until it comes off. Now we'll use this tool right here. This is just the threaded puller we'll use just to carefully lift the plug so we can remove the pin and set that back down. We'll repeat the process 2 more times. Now with our diaphragms removed, go ahead and clean this surface with a microfiber towel and we'll get ready to install the new diaphragms. Before we install our diaphragms, we're going to use a bit of petroleum jelly and just make sure you apply that to the surface inside of each of these diaphragms before we install them. From there, let's use our stem puller. We're going to thread this onto one of the stems. We're going to pull this stem out using our shaft turning tool to help us get full extension. And once we can reach one of the holes, use our pin tool to hold one of these stems in place, and then we can take our puller off. Apply a drop of removable Loctite, then thread your new diaphragm onto your stem. Once it's on there, use our 5/16 inch wrench to get it hand tight. Repeat this for the remaining 2. Now with our diaphragms in place, apply a bit of petroleum jelly to the surface of each of these diaphragms before we install it back to the rest of our manifold. So we're going to start with our valve plate manifold. We're going to have the outlet on top, which is the side with the retainer clips. And then we'll have the inlets on the bottom here. And you can see the back of the plate looks like this where you see the alignment for the diaphragm. So just like this, place it on your pump, insert the mounting screws through the 2 holes on the side, and we'll use a 3/16 inch Allen key to tighten these screws and mount our manifold. Next, we are installing our front plate. We've made sure we have applied petroleum jelly to the O-rings. Make sure the inlet is on the bottom and the outlets are on top, and then use our 8 bolts to reconnect this using 1/2 inch socket bit. Get the threads started by hand. Tighten the bolts just enough to keep them snug. Once the nuts are snug, use a wrench to tighten each of the nuts in a crisscross pattern. Finally, remove our oil cap, then pour in 1/4 of hydro oil pump oil. When this is full, the oil level should be about 1 inch below the inside of our port. Clean up any excess and replace the cap. Now gently slide your pump back onto the shaft of your motor, making sure the keys are aligned, and insert our 4 mounting screws. We'll use a 9/16 wrench or socket to install each. Next, we can reconnect the ports on our pump to the inlet, the outlet, and the pressure relief bulkheads on our backplate. Here we'll start with the inlet. Lastly, reinstall your side plate and your top plate.